Right, kama una swali pia unaweza tumia voice note 0717443886 ama maoni G-record rusha tutaipata. Moving on swiftly. During the protest kuna watu wameumia mam. Kuna watu wamekufa. Wengi. Nili attend burials kadhaa and especially the first person kuwa killed alikuwa anaitwa Rex. I was there. I spoke to the mom and the family. But kitu ilikuwa kitu angekuweza kudefine kabisa, which nataka utusaidie for all these victims. What is justice for them? When they say we want justice, what is justice to them? And nataka respond, one, as a legal practitioner, as a leader of this great nation, and at the same time as a one-time minister for justice who has worked for the government. Now, from the government position, what is justice? When Ruto says there'll be justice, what is justice from the government side and as a legal practitioner and as a leader in Kenya?
Justice is from the constitutional side, not from the government side.
Okay.
Justice must look the same from whatever side you stand.
Okay.
First of all, is prosecution of the officer who pulled the trigger, because he is known. And it is not only in the case of Rex. Any officer who has needlessly killed, let them go through the process. And you can see Gen Z have been able to capture quite a number of them. We've seen even on Mtandao, a police officer engaging people, then retreating towards the car and shooting before he enters the vehicle. That is lack of respect for human life and abuse of the tools of his trade of safeguarding people, turning them into a killer weapon. So all those who are guilty of abuse of office, of violating human rights, bring them to justice. Suspend all the officers commanding the stations around Nairobi, starting with Bungei, because they are the ones who supervised or superintended over those wrongful acts. The going of Koome is not enough. It's about changing the system. We want to see a new look police service that serves the interests of the people. Not a police service that is behaving like the old police force. If you put force in quotes to mean brute force. Then we want to see actual compensation, move to compensate. And we have a constitutional commission, the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, which can help in assessing damages to compensation to the families of those who have lost lives, the individuals who are maimed or injured. We want an apology coming from the police force, the police service, on those violations and a pledge that we'll never return there. We want an apology also from Ruto himself. He's the one who deployed them. The snipers were already on the roof of Parliament before the demonstrators got there. A sniper is a person who shoots accurately from a distance. A sniper is never deployed to manage crowds or demonstrations. A sniper is deployed to take out lives. So it means the Ruto regime planned to murder and maim peaceful protesters, because up to then the protests were very peaceful. So that's what justice looks like.
Okay.
And he himself and whoever was in charge of internal security, they must take political responsibility. The greatest political responsibility is with Ruto. The second is with whoever was in charge of internal security, who is Kanyike. And then you go to the police officers. Justice for those victims means stop killings, stop abductions. You're keeping us under a reign of terror. Everybody is terrorized, that you don't even want to walk around. People are being abducted during the day, during the night. Even yesterday, there were abductions reported on social media near Village Market. So we are under terror, and we do not know how many people were killed. We are thinking about 60, but there are reports that there could be many more bodies in Kware and in many other places. Yeah. So we do not know how many people have been massacred.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say compensation,
Yeah.
if you were their
Yeah.
lawyer,
Yeah.
how much?
It is, there are many ways that is discussed. And if it is a settlement without going to court, I do not want to quantify, because you never can quantify human life. But there must be an agreed compensation. If you are not going to court, it's being done before going to court. There is also a consideration of having sort of a standard compensation. And it is up to the lawyers for the families and the lawyers for the state to come together and agree on a sum. But let's be very clear, nothing, no amount of money can ever compensate human life. And that's why we must stop any further deaths. Ruto must pledge that there will be no further deaths. And for our colleagues who are now going into government, if you don't want your hands bloodied, that would be the first demand. Why do you want to enter a regime that is still killing, that is still abducting? You know, you're going to be guilty by association. This has to stop now. Personally, I would not go near to a person with blood on their hands. They can also turn on you, you know. When you defend the human rights of another person, you are defending your own human rights. Because if you watch passively as rights are violated, you are setting the stage for the violation of your own rights.
Okay, does this